Hello and welcome everybody to FACEITtv. Today we've got the first ever QuakeLive Sunday Cup, an event that we intend to run every single Sunday for a total prize purse of $125. I'm of course NVC, professional player and commentator, and alongside me is...
Well, I'm Zoot, and I've been your regular Quake guy for the last year. So yeah, we've actually got our first game ready to go, but should we discuss a bit about what is going to be going on? We've got QuakeLive, maybe some guys who don't know so much about this game. So what can we tell them about it?
Well, first up, obviously it's being played on the FACEIT website, a platform of course that's just come into open beta, I guess you would call it, right?
Yeah.
It's been in closed beta for a while. Hopefully we've ironed out all the issues, but if there are a couple of issues, make sure you let the admins know. We're of course willing to work on them. But QuakeLive, of course, played in 1 vs 1 format. Basically most frags wins within a 10-minute arena. So that's pretty much as simple as it gets. You've got various power-ups on the map that you can pick up, red armors, mega helmets, but we'll go into those a little bit later. But looking at the tournament, our first match is actually going to be Spider UA from Ukraine, which is what the UA stands for, I presume.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and Maggot Kill, which is some UK representation. Woo. Yeah, hopefully he's good. We'll see.
We're not going to be too biased at all.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
Maybe we'll try and tone it down.
Yeah. And we've actually got a first map already. It's best of 1 at the beginning of the tournament, and they have eliminated the maps 1 by 1, and we've got down to Blood Run. So I don't know who exactly it's going to favor. The guy from Ukraine, probably well practiced there, although I believe he actually has less maps played on Blood Run than Maggot Kill. So maybe the UK guy will have a bit of an advantage.
But let's be honest. How old are these maps? These are in Quake 3 back in the day. These are sort of the super old school. Everybody loves these maps. Maybe not so much the new kids when they have to play against the old schoolers like Sturmy, who's sitting across the room from me right now. He has, I'm sure, more practiced on some of these maps than other players. But as to how these two are going to do on these two maps,
I don't know how well these guys will practice, how long they've been around, but they're definitely going to show us a good game. They are at the top end of the skill tree in QuakeLive, and I'll just let them know now that we are going to be ready to go, and it should not be long.
Yeah, so if you want to bring us into the game, and we'll just have a look around, because we have got the players rating up. So this is Blood Run. It's a very old school texture set. I actually absolutely love it. And we are kicking things off already, so we'll get into just a bit. 3, 2, 1. This is Spider UA up against Maggot Kill in the first ever QuakeLive Sunday Cup, hosted by FACEITtv. We're watching Spider UA off the spawn, who did get that mega health and yellow armor. And look at this, Maggot Kill was absolutely nowhere near the red. And red armor will give you 100, yellow 50, and if there's greens on maps, they'll give you 25, but of course with that you need to keep that health topped up, which is in the lower left of the screen. Yeah,
I mean, Spider got a really nice start there. He got the mega health and moved over to red armor, but he's actually taken a fair amount of damage, so despite getting the advantageous start, he's not really capitalized on it, and Maggot Kill could challenge here with a good fight.
Yeah, but that said, that was a brilliant pace rocket. It should enable him to jump over. Maggot Kill looking like he wants to pick up that mega and try and back away. In comes Spider UA though, very aggressive. There's the first frag as well, picked up by the lightning gun. Now that's going to make things 1-0. You can see the timer in the upper right. That'll keep counting up to 10 minutes. The left-hand side are those item timers or power-ups that these players are going to try and time to their best. And of course, these players don't see the timers in game, so they're just basically calculating everything in their heads.
They've got a lot to do at the same time, and Spider, they're getting a really clean kill. Actually going to move down, he might jump down here and just take advantage of Maggot's lower stack. This could be 2-0 already. Oh, but the damage from Maggot is huge. Got the 2-0, but it's a very, very dirty kill. A couple of health bubbles around. He should be safe from harm just for a little bit longer.
Yeah, so I'm going to switch over to Maggot Kill. He actually again got the mega health and yellow spawn like his first here on Blood Run. So he's not looking too bad himself. What's important is he tries to get a time on this red armor, because if we do switch back to Spider UA as Maggot Kill connects with a railgun, you can see these are railguns he does not want to take. 3-0 now is, well, that's a bit of a fail towards the red armor with that plasma jump. And this could actually be a spawn frag. Plasma's very difficult to hit online with those higher pings, but Maggot Kill going to be able to back away from that one. But dropping down to the yellow could take a rail. Mega's coming up. Very over-aggressive play, and that's going to be another one for Spider. 4-0.
Yeah, and Spider definitely not letting that pressure get to him right now. He's been just stringing together some fantastic shots so far, and Maggot's had very little to respond with, but he's being so aggressive at the moment, pushing Spider away of that LG. And wow, gutsy move there. Spider just jumping onto the red, and no harm done. Maggot was not really there with the shot, and again missing an important rail. It is going to be 5-0. Spider keeping that lead solidly.
I mean, let's remember, Railgun does deal 80 points of damage. We saw Spider with 84, so he was able to make the jump toward the red armor, and there's another one by the Mega. And really, Maggot Kill needs to hit those Railguns if he wants to keep Spider away from some of these items on the map, and so far, he's not able to do so. If we have a quick look at accuracies already, we've got 45% on the Railgun from Spider UA, and on Maggot Kill, we've got just 30%. And that's not something you want to hit on Blood Run when you're playing the defensive game.
Well, Maggot should really slow down. I mean, we've got 3 minutes of game. He's 6 frags behind. He might not want to do this. He's been extremely aggressive right now. He might want to sit back, spend a minute, recuperate his energy, his mind, and you know, just wait for a good opportunity to pick a fight when Spider is not expecting it so much. Spider at the moment, you know, his adrenaline would be going. He knows that combat is coming, and here is Maggot Kill there trying to do damage. 3 health this time off that kill for Spider. Is there going to be a good spawn though for Maggot? Spider's still running around on absolutely nothing. No health bubbles up at all. He is still searching. Finally something there, but what Maggot isn't anywhere to be seen. And on a negative one, the 50 health bubble as well, just coming up in time. But you know, Maggot could have a bit of a stack here. Yeah, he's taken a red, some shards, but he's not been able to find him, so that's really been his main issue.
I mean, it's not so much of a problem here. That's a nice little cheeky Railgun, because we're still just 3 minutes and 50 seconds into this one, so providing Maggot Kill has a response for every Railgun that Spider fires at him, he's not going to be in an awkward position, and there's a nice one out the teleport as well. I'm going to quickly switch on to Spider, see how he's doing, 98-36, so back onto Maggot Kill, as this will be a free red armor jumping. We've got 17 seconds until this Mega Health. Oh, not another cheeky Railgun. Wow, Maggot's now trying to string a couple together, but this has basically opened up the Mega Health for him to pick up for free, and the upper yellow will go toward Spider, but Maggot Kill is in a fantastic position now to try and run the map, because these times are very well placed at the moment, so he can move over toward red armor if he has the time, and there's no way Spider's going to be able to get to that lower yellow here either, so this is going to be brilliant as he will drop down. The LG comes out, the frag comes in, red armor will be picked up, and in QuakeLive you do spawn in the furthest 50% of spawns on that map. That's exactly where Maggot knew, or should have knew, Spider was. He will find that frag, but that is a lot of damage taken. And when you have to bring back a scoreline of 5 frags, this is not the kind of position you want to be in, picking up health on the map, trying to stay alive.
I think he's just can be grateful that time is on his side at the moment. He's done well to break that spree of control. Nice rail there. He might actually chase for another shot. Mega health is up as well. He just spots Spider. Missing that jump. That would have been a good aggressive move to make. But red armor there. He's looking really good now. So well recovered from what happened before. Here's going to be a fight there. Spider trying to run away, but the LG's going to finish him off. 4 frags of difference, so this is really nice from Maggot Kill. I am expecting some more damage here, unless we see some of those cheeky rails we saw from Spider earlier, firing them when Maggot was least expecting it.
Yeah, this is kind of pleasantly surprising for the UK player Maggot Kill here. I almost felt he fluffed it as he went toward the lower yellow and took a serious amount of damage. Probably should have taken the upper area, but nonetheless, he's looking good. The Mega Health gets stealing away though. Spider's going to pick that one up, and that's just health taken away, so despite picking up that frag, Maggot Kill is not above that 100 threshold, so that armor isn't getting used to its most fullest ability, because by the time he takes all that armor away, he's going to be less than half health. So the Megas are definitely a very important item, and you cannot let that slip away again if he wants to try and beat this 3 frag back.
Yeah, I mean, Maggot, he's kind of maybe a little bit anxious at the moment. He's trying to keep solid. He does not want to lose out on that red armor, so that's probably why you see him get up there so early, just to make sure Maggot can't even touch him. But 4 minutes left. Still a lot of combat. He gets back up, getting a yellow armor as well. Taking a nasty rocket. So he's still around 200 stack. It's not too bad, but his ammunition for rocket and a lightning gun are a little bit low, and those are 2 very important weapons here. On most dual maps.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the positioning there from Spider UA. That's the kind of area that I wanted to see Maggot Kill move to, rather than dropping down to the lower yellow, because it just gives you that escape point. And that's what these players need to look for in every fight they take. They need a backup plan, where to move away to. And that's what Maggot Kill didn't have earlier on, but he still has over 3 minutes now to try and find these 3 frags. As long as he plays very calm and collective and hits a couple of rails here and there, he'll know that Spider isn't above 100 health, and here comes the push in with the rocket jump. Can he find the frag? No, but he will do quite a bit of damage, but but so far it doesn't look like it's going to be enough, as Spider will be able to move away and pick up some more yellows. And an opportunity not yet presenting himself, but maybe in this corridor as Maggot Kill comes charging through. That was an aggressive play, but maybe this is what he feels like he needs to do.
Oh, look at this, he's got nothing. He's finally going to get some lightning gun ammo. Again, he hits the rail. Very nice shot there. Needs to get the rockets. Okay, perfect for him now. He just needs to get that side. The mega health is up, and Spider run away. He doesn't want to get involved. 2.5 minutes. He might already be thinking about just moving away from the fights and being very distant. And the last one, nice rocket there. We're going to see he tries to go for the prediction rail, but does not quite get the angle. And I'm going to just check out. Spider is hiding. He is hiding by that bounce pad at the lower yellow. He really wants nothing to do with it. Just walking past and sees the back of Maggot Kill. Direct rocket, moving down to the lightning gun and still stepping away. Oh, but I think Maggot Kill might have outsmarted him. No, he can't hit the shot either. It's just a little bit wobbly right now. 2 minutes to go. It's still very much in reach.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Blood Run is one of the easier maps to plus back on. You mentioned the teleporter earlier on. That essentially puts you on the other side of the map. Then you've got all these corridors, like the stairwell here, that you can just back around the corner, fire out a couple of grenades, a couple of rockets, maybe even some plasma if you're feeling very cocky. And you can back away, but Maggot Kill's coming charging in. Look at the plasma, what I was talking about, though. He can also switch to rocket if he wants to charge in there. Maggot Kill, 19 HP at the moment. He's not going to be able to challenge for this mega health. But where is Maggot Kill? He's actually just been able to take the red, and yeah, we'll pick up the mega, but you can see just trying to furiously back away at the moment, trying to find health on the map. Perhaps if he can delay this for perhaps another 25 seconds, maybe he can get away with this, because its software did change the spawn system in a method to maybe revitalize the map, and it does make spawn killing a lot more difficult.
Yeah, Spider is definitely doing this well. He's only had a 50 health bubble in the last 20-30 seconds right now. Eventually gets himself another, gets spotted, and I think Maggot's going to chase here. He's getting the LG out. Spider's dropping down. He's consistently just going through teleporters, and Maggot is having such a hard time. He must be so stressed. 50 seconds left. He needs to aggress him. He needs to just push through. It does not matter how clean the kill is right now. He just needs to get that score on the board. And Spider right now, he's just waiting for those sound cues. He knows he wants to have an escape route planned whenever Maggot Kill comes through. Just over 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, this is a brilliant position as well if Maggot Kill can't find a frag. Nothing's up on the map for Spider to pick up, or wasn't 10 seconds ago. Now things are coming up. But it would have meant that Maggot Kill would have had time to pick up all the health on the map and then pick up the power-ups afterwards with no contention from Spider UA. But I have a feeling Spider may have just done enough. We've got 15 seconds remaining with spawn delay. If you do not left mouse click after you die, you will not spawn in for 5 seconds. So this is surely going to be map 1 here to Spider UA. Final score 6-3 here in this 10-minute Blood Run best of 1. Round 1 in the FACEITtv tournament. Let's have a look at the stats, shall we, just quickly. 20 yellow armors. I say that, we've just seen Maggot disconnect.
Seen Maggot go, but I mean, that was a really nice game. The last 3 minutes was just intense for Spider. He knew he had nothing. He worked with 0 at all for the last 3 minutes, and Maggot just could not catch up with him whatsoever. Impressive play there. Maggot maybe should have just pushed through and taken the risk and gone for the kill, where he would have been left with a small amount of health or armor. But he just waited and waited for the right time, and eventually he was just so rushed he couldn't. I don't know
if I totally agree with you. I saw quite a lot of aggressive pushing from Maggot Kill.
He was, but he wasn't able to get there.
Yeah, I mean, the problem was the rockets from,
well, that was it. He should have just persevered, I think.
It was a really, it's almost a lose-lose situation. It can totally be when you play against, 2 players that played that map for, that amount of time.
Exactly.
So, but we are going to set up the second game, I'm sure. Do we have one coming up?
We do indeed. We actually are going to go to Twister and Reaper, I think, for the next game. That's the server that we have ready. Yeah,
you were mentioning Reaper perhaps not in top shape at the moment, or Twister, is playing amazing.
But Twister, he's been really getting on form. He's playing a lot recently. He's been in lots of the active online cups. Reaper, he was getting seriously good about 12 months ago, and then his activity started dipping, and his skill went with it, basically. I really hope that we're going to see him play strongly, but I'm going to favor Twister on this game.
Yeah. I mean, Twister is a heavy railer. I know one of the matchups, I think everyone here in the studio and at home probably wanting to see Twister versus Strengths later on. We saw a bit of whine from the French player about Twister's railgun, so I'm looking forward to see how he performs.
I wonder if we can get a game between those two.
Yeah, even if it's a show match.
Yeah, just aside from the tournament, guys, come over.
Yeah. But it's all fun and games, of course, for these players. They all respect each other, you know. After the game, maybe not so much in the game when they're getting destroyed by railgun.
They're just too busy focused on fragging each other. But I am in a server. Are you able to get over?
I'll make my way in now.
I think we're still waiting for one of them.
Sure.
Twister is saying that Rupert plays as much as him, but I don't believe him for a moment. No. The times I saw him playing Zotac, most recently, maybe a couple of months ago, he's underperforming. Maybe not even getting to the quarterfinals, which he used to do so often.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we're hyping Twister so much that he's feeling the pressure, so he's just trying to downgrade himself a little bit.
I think he could be.
He's definitely a strong player. I think one of the things with QuakeLive as well as I try and join this server is that it's nice to see new players on the scene. You know, Sturmy, Toxic, all the old school players. Now, you know, they're not so active, and we need players to now replace them. And especially the FACEIT platform every Sunday, $125 at the moment, 128 slots, but I'm pretty sure that can be expanded if the popularity was there.
I mean, it's definitely been pretty popular today, but yeah, I mean, it's like the almost the new generation. They've still been playing for a long while, but they haven't been able to get the spotlight like the other players, and they're catching up faster than ever. And I definitely think we're going to see more of them in the future, especially at LAN events that are going around and will be going around. It's pretty exciting.
The thing is, you know, I played quite a few events, you know, in QuakeLive and others, and it is the events that really motivate you. If you're motivated by competition, even if you don't think you're going to win, you should definitely try entering one of the FACEIT QuakeLive Cups, because playing in that competition, having that, you know, adrenaline rush when you're, you know, down a few frags and you suddenly make an awesome comeback, or you get a couple of rockets but then lose, definitely, you know, motivates you on to play more and improve your game. So
trying to steady your aim, your hands not shaking too much. You know, those are all the things you go through when you're first going through your initial competitions and going through to the more major ones.
Yeah. In other words, challenge your game and play FACEIT, I guess, is the slogan we use.
Exactly. I mean, loads of things on the platform, the FACE and Goes and these tournaments. You can make up your teams, team games, etc. And, you know, tournaments every weekend. There's just, you know, everything. Well, we need really, especially for the dual guys. The dual guys got tons going for them right now.
Yeah, I mean, we are casters, really. We're not the development team, but you know, from what I've seen, it looks absolutely fantastic. You can even sign into like 2v2 teams and match up against people currently online. And so if 1v1 isn't your thing, there will be more things to do on FACEIT, of course. But
lots of stuff to be integrated. I mean, you might be able to see some of the things on the website, but they are going to be coming pretty soon. They are working on as hard as they can. It's like open beta, as we mentioned earlier, for the website. So it's going pretty well. And let's see. I'm not sure if these guys have actually picked a map yet. It is the drop system, and once we get to the quarterfinals where it's going to be best of 3, it is again going to be drop, and then the final 3 maps will be picked individually until one remains, and then of course best of 5 for the finals. And yeah, I mean, second place is also going to get a prize. So basically, there's going to be fierce competition in the semi-finals.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just about winning the $125. I mean, you know, that Strengths wins it. You know, won a lot of Sunday Cups previously, but it is the first ever QuakeLive Sunday Cup from FACEIT, and you know, that's got to add something, surely.
Exactly, and it's been about a month now since we've had a real sort of Sunday Cup for QuakeLive, and people have been missing that what used to be Zotac, and they're all getting really psyched about these tournaments. And I can't wait to see more games. I'm going to check out the brackets sort of in a bit and see. We've got some cool games coming up.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you know, me, for a casting perspective, I haven't done QuakeLive since, what would it have been, DreamHack Winter 2011 perhaps? And yeah, the FACEIT guys decided to invite me over, you know, to commentate their first cup, and I'm absolutely loving it. You know, the setup is great, and you know, just getting to casting QuakeLive again, it's refreshing.
Properly feeling it,
yeah, I'm enjoying it. But do we know what the map we're going to play?
It's actually going to be Blood Run again.
Okay, cool.
And I've let them know that we're ready. and we could be seeing some F3s very soon.
Okay, so I mean, Reaper's obviously from Ukraine. Twister is from
Germany.
Germany, okay. And I think you're more familiar with Twister. I think he was an ET player previously, or am I imagining things?
Not 100% sure. I know that he's not one of the old school Quake guys. He only came around on QuakeLive.
Yeah, I reckon it was an enemy territory player. I'm pretty sure I've seen a posting on crossfire.new, one of the websites that are focusing mainly on enemy territory back in the day. But this is game number 2 here in the FACEITtv. Let's jump into game 3, 2, 1. Twister from Germany up against Reaper from Ukraine. That is a pretty decent spawn for Twister, actually. This is going to give him the red armor for free. The Maggot and the yellow, of course, went toward Reaper, but has Twister now given away the upper yellow as a consequence of waiting to spam off those grenades? Yes, he has.
That was such quick work there by Reaper. He made sure he got around so fast. He lands a little bit of rocket damage. Twister also getting a rail off there. And the next fight is going to probably happen around that red armor, but they actually want to fight it through the bottom corridor. Twister getting himself that third major weapon, and wow, Reaper being so aggressive here with the LG. Twister's got no choice but to turn back. Fortunately, avoiding losing that out on that first frag. Yeah,
I mean, Twister, he's looking alright at the moment, but obviously Reaper is a lot more heavily tanked, as we'd refer to it in TUK TDM. Tanking, of course, having a lot of health and armor. Just got to make sure he can keep away from Reaper at the moment. Just set himself up, make sure he has the time on these items. As soon as he can maybe hit a direct rocket to the feet, that's going to give him a nice opportunity to perhaps push in and find that shot. Because it is those direct rockets, especially here on Blood Run, that can prevent a player backing away.
Yeah, well, we saw Spider earlier as well, preventing a player even aggressing or doing anything whatsoever.
Yeah.
They can be pretty effective. And Twister right now, he's playing very slowly. I mean, he's more or less as good as 100-100 right now. Reaper is on approaching 200, and actually here's a big fight going on now. Reaper approaching towards him. Twister still trying to back off, switching to LG, but this is going to be a difficult fight for him. 3 health left, and eventually that LG whittles down his stack.
I don't know what I thought about that, really. You had the 225s up by the pillar. I thought Twister maybe would have had the confidence to stick it out and fight at that position using those 225s to top him up, but obviously not. Maybe he's not feeling comfortable just yet.
I don't know. He was kind of like he was really iffy about which weapon he was going to have out. Like even the way he was positioned there was just strange. Reaper though has got a tasty start. And I imagine what Reaper did is he was removing arrow walk and toxicity and those fast-paced maps that Twister loves oh so dearly. And now that he's playing like that, he's very, very familiar with. He's finding it easy, not difficult. A solid fight, and there it is, actually taking the second frag already. Did not realise how fast Twister was going down there, and going to find it immediately off the spawn. It's a nice LG, but he's trying to get the last shot off, can't quite make it, and Twister is going to escape with a lynch there, it looks like.
Yeah, 23 points of health at the moment. To put that into perspective, a machine gun deals 5 damage per shot, and what was that, a bit of LG is going to certainly finish you off in no delay, that's for sure. But 3-0 at the moment as Reaper now tries to run the map. You can see the red armor and mega health at the same time, so even if he gets a frag, what a fail rocket, boosted himself into the air. That was actually unlucky for Twister in some ways, could have perhaps picked him up. The LG not quite on his feet, so gonna back away for this one, but the problem is he has absolutely nothing. Now he's dead though. Actually, that could have been a brilliant time to die. Look at the timers. Maybe Twister got the upper spawn. Yeah, he can take this teleporter, but maybe the jump across is a little bit risky, so he's just sitting back and railing as Reaper makes his way in, and there's another one out the teleporter as well. This is some brilliant work coming out from Twister, currently hitting 50% on that weapon, so looking good at the moment. If we have a quick look over toward Reaper, 99 to 50, he's going to peek around, catch him out with the LG, surely going to be a frag. There's the rocket to finish things off. 5-0 now. Lower yellows up for him as well. Great spawn prediction as well. Those furthest percentage getting 11.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And Twister did so much damage there as well. Reaper was so weak, and just when he needed it, he was missing the rails he needed to hit. Reaper is walking away, barely with his life in his hands. Red armor's going to be up in a second. Twister should be able to get a run of items here. He might actually push forward for a frag. Reaper's weak, and the longer Twister waits for the kill, the more likely it is Reaper can stack up on the 50 health level or any other health levels that are looking around. There's one. And I'm going to just check Twister out for a second. Lower yellow armor is going to be up. And the next major item is going to be Mega Health. So Twister, we're kind of seeing a similar sort of thing we saw in Spider vs. Maggot, almost 6 frags behind. Oh, the brutal grenade there. And yeah, I mean, he's got to chase, and he's got to make sure he doesn't give Reaper too much space. He can't say, okay, well, I'll just wait for the right time, because he could be waiting a long time.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, when you've got 6 minutes remaining, you don't have to chase around the map. But why didn't you make sure you've got times on those major power-ups, the red armor and the mega health? You can almost wait for your opponent, try and set up a trap where you think he's going to be defending before he actually moves toward it. But those are some brilliant railguns, 7-0 now. And with the timers that we can see in that left-hand side of the screen, there should be an easy mega and red armor, even dropping down. There's the frag with the LG. The mega, maybe? No, he's looking for the spawn frag first. We'll pick up the mega now, can easily make his way back to red, even with a rocket jump. So looking strong now, Reaper.
Yeah, and obviously proving me completely wrong, like I said earlier, and holding off a very, very strong game. Twister, even though he's been practicing all day and night, he's looking really, really bad here. And I don't know what I can really pin, the main problem on with this player at the moment, but he doesn't seem to be thinking about where Reaper is so much. He's not really willing to play that plus back game, the defensive game, to get control. And now that there's 10 frags behind, it's kind of like you've got to be aggressive if you want to pick up enough frags in the time left.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, does Twister think this is over? And he's going to just mess around, or is he really going to push for it? Because now is the time, and that is some, a pretty decent frag, I suppose, almost gifted to him. But Reaper or Twister almost had no other opportunity there. And yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping maybe that Reaper makes a crucial mistake around the kind of time where there'll be a lot of items for Twister to then pick up, maybe off the spawn. But
I don't even think Twister has it in him anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could perhaps look at it. I mean, you say his favourite map is Aerowalk. Of course, if you do decide to warm up on Aerowalk before a tournament, there's no LG on that map. And if we have a look at the stats, we have, I'm sure, bringing up the scoreboard just quickly, seen a lot of LG. Yeah, look at that, 706 points of LG fired off with just over 300 for Twister. And that kind of strikes me. Obviously, firstly, Twister is a very rail heavy player, so he's likely not to use as much LG. But secondly, obviously, if you're practicing Aerowalk, there isn't any LG anyway to warm yourself up with. So.
Exactly. No, there is on Aerowalk.
Oh, I mean, but you don't use LG.
As much, yeah,
exactly. The position, you look for the positional rails and the flick shots, which we'll see later on, I'm sure.
But no, disappointment for Twister. Yeah, he's standing still right now. I think he knows it's all over. And really, this is probably one of the biggest surprises for me. Twister, in the last month and a half, he's won 3 cups, placed solidly against some very decent opposition, such as Demon and other players. He's been playing well against the likes of Pavel and people like that. But no, this is an upset. And while Reaper, obviously more prepared than I anticipated. I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe he's playing under a nickname I'm not familiar with. I just haven't seen him.
I don't know, but I mean, I saw him checking in, late to the cup, so maybe it was a last-minute decision, but it's definitely worth it. He's just, collectively smashed Twister on Blood Run, to be brutally honest. 15 to, I believe it was...
I think 15 to maybe even 0, actually.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
And Twister, I think, left prematurely. I think there was still 2 minutes to go, and he was like, you know what? I don't want the cam time anymore. Just go to somebody else. Don't look at me.
At the end of the day, if you've lost the map, you've lost the map. It is best, single elimination. Does he really want to stick around? Finish off the game. He can go back to practicing on another server.
Exactly. You've only got one chance of their best to run round. You've got to, if you want to have more than one chance, you've of course got to get to the quarterfinals. And Twister maybe not ready to face off against such an opponent so early on. Yeah,
but I mean, at the same time, it could just be like a clash of playstyles. Reaper had really good railgun. He was sort of 64%, and Twister, was 52. It's above 50, but it's not Reaper's level.
He had fired twice as many rails as Reaper. But Reaper obviously was not relying on his rail aim to do what he did.
And when he hit them, it's sort of like, okay, you've hit me with a railgun, I'm going to exchange one back. And, that because I'm controlling the items on the map, my rail effectively is dealing more damage if the numbers are still the same. So
exactly, yeah.
But I guess you want to sort out another game?
Yeah, I'm going to check out to see what games we got next.
See what we can do next. Okay. Of course, if you're not in the chat, guys, and you maybe just tuned in to the stream itself, you should definitely get involved. own3d.tv/FACEITtv. You better get into the live chat there. Or if you use IRC, you're old school like us, guys, and you're on QuakeNet, you can just join FACEIT. You can get involved that way. But as well as that, if you're completely not an IRC guy, just go on Twitter or Facebook. I believe it's FACEIT Community, their Facebook page, FACEITcom with a single
Twitter.
M. On Twitter, and the YouTube I believe is FACEITcom as well, and you should definitely check out the YouTube as well. ZeroQL has made some amazing videos.
Yep, that's right.
For these guys to
He's
use.
been doing some cool trailer vids.
Yeah, so I mean the splash screen that we saw at the beginning with the FACEIT logo, that was made by him, and also the introductory video that everybody's seen posted on ES Reality, which is the major website for QuakeLive, you would say.
I think the next game we're going to have is CNZ versus Slim K. So it's CNZ from Estonia.
Okay.
We've got Slim K from Belarus.
Well, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, Soup. Never heard of those players.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, Slim K used to be around quite a lot, kind of like one of the people who really was, an admirer of Cypher, followed after him, practiced with him quite a lot. CNZ, he played in the Rising Stars Challenge Cup, and I can't remember who he played in the first round. I just remember it was not a pretty sight because he was very upset by his own performance. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's putting it lightly.
So is he a typer? Would you call him?
Yeah, he likes to type.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I spoke to him recently. He seems to have calmed down a lot more. He's controlling himself much better. But we're just going to be working on getting that server now. I don't know what kind of map they're going to play. I haven't seen Slim K play in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, the map pool actually for the entire tournament has got 5 maps, which is why we got a best of 5 final. Blood Run, Furious Heights, Lost World, Aerowalk, and Toxicity. I'm of course looking forward as always to seeing Furious Heights. That's my personal favourite map.
Yeah, actually Snap. So.
Yeah, I usually prefer Blood Run, but I've got to say I'm more of a fan of the old Spawn system. But I did stop playing regularly when they introduced the new one, so maybe it's just I suck at the new one.
It could be. I'm not going to hint at anything.
Yeah, probably the latter. Let's be honest.
But let's just hope we're not going to see another Blood Run. We've seen 2 of them now. I'd like to share the rest of the map pool with the audience. That would be ideal. But any of them, it would be great. I think we could see maybe some Lost World. It wouldn't surprise me. But that's it. That's just a gamble. I'm putting it out there. I've already said one thing that was not true at all. So I'm
keep it on the down low.
I can definitely say more now. It doesn't matter anymore.
Okay, you just ruined it. The reputation's gone.
Exactly. So I might as well make it even worse.
That's good times. Good times. But
I'm gonna keep checking the brackets though because Arsenal Baxteen is playing. I think he's waiting. Gecko was going to be playing him at some point. He actually beat Gecko in round 2, so that could have been a pretty close game.
Yeah, you were mentioning we maybe would have covered that.
It was basically either that game or either the game we just saw or Gecko versus Baxteen. But Baxteen is really on fire at the moment, and he beat Pavel. No, he played amazingly against Rafa yesterday.
Okay.
And I think he beat Pavel as well recently. But it looks like we are going to be taking just a short break, guys. So we are going to be back very soon with the next game. Hang around.
Yeah, don't go anywhere, guys. Thank you.
Hi and welcome back, guys, to FACEITtv, and we do have a game lined up in just a moment. It is going to be CNZ versus SlimK. I am Zoot, and with me is
MVC.
And yeah, so we've just been checking out these guys a little bit. Seems that CNZ is a little bit more varied on the amount of maps that he plays. SlimK had more sort of the traditional practices, few maps.
Blood Run only?
Blood Run only, bit of Error Walk here and there.
Okay.
You know, CNZ is kind of a bit like, alright, okay, depending on the map pool, I'll play this one, this one, this one. Almost timetabling his way to getting them all practiced. And yeah, so this is going to be interesting. They're about, I don't know if you guys know QLranks.com, is where you can check it out, see how you are doing against the other players, see your rank.
Also, I think we've got it implemented into the FACEIT website, ELO stats and everything.
I think we do,
so, you can check it out on FACEIT.
Exactly, yeah. And these guys are pretty tight. They're around they're both between 2000 and 2100, which is pretty high level in Quake.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's going to be tough. I think, though, I was just checking the maps. I don't think we might not have. I may have said there will be a Lost World coming in.
No.
I may have been lying.
Oh, really?
Yeah. SlimK, I was just looking at the amount of times he's played it, and it's not as much as I initially thought. He's definitely going to be rooting for either Error Walk or Blood Run.
Well, I mean, Lost World, it's a map almost anybody can play to a decent level. You know,
it's tough. You've got to have more patience than on any other map.
But I think patience is easy to get. The problem is then finding the sort of opening to then transition from patience into aggression.
Yeah.
And give yourself that frag.
Changing quickly between one and the other. Yeah.
To do that, obviously you're playing the yellow side of the map, the patient side if you're out of control, and then you need to get a time on both Mega and Red. And then not only that, but then you need to seize your opportunity as to when you're actually going to move into middle map, which not only opens yourself up for taking damage, but also runs the risk of you losing yourself a life. So
yeah, it's a dangerous part of the map. I mean, the other choices we haven't seen yet: Toxicity. That's just a fast-paced map. Railgun is on one side of the map by Red Armor. You can see a lot of I wouldn't say aggressive play with it, but more sort of peak shots. Always looking out just as you turn the corner. You want to be watching where you're going. Yep. And I don't know if anyone was watching the test stream last night. Rafa is always just looking, just checking behind me quickly, and always making sure. And that's it. You can't just run past a corner blindly. You've got to be certain that you're not just going to take a rail between the eyes.
Yeah, and I mean, it's interesting you mentioned those two maps. Toxicity and Lost World. I think that two of the better maps to watch in terms of player movement. There's a lot of tricks that the players can implement as they're traversing through the map. Whether it be a grenade jump like Baxteen is famous for. We spoke about that yesterday. On Lost World, or on Toxicity, you've got the various clip jumps, getting up from Red Armor. People may not have any idea what I'm talking about if you're not familiar with QuakeLive, but I'm sure most of you listening are. So
yeah, I mean, I think one of the great things about QuakeLive is the sort of the physics, the movement, the possibilities that are with that, and the way that there's still, after so many years of Quake being out, there are still new things being discovered. Even though it's pretty difficult to master some of these moves, people are still working out new ways in which to play old maps.
I mean, let's look at it from an almost technical perspective. The game mouse input feels, the most responsive almost any competitive game I've played. I think Source Engine comes close, but really the IdTech 3 is just brilliant for competitive gaming.
No, it is fantastic.
The strafe jumping is just a fantastic bug that just developed what is effectively Quake today.
Didn't they remove that in one of the early Quake 3 arenas, and then there was an uproar or something?
I came after that time. I think.
So did I. I remember hearing stories about it. In bed at night, my mother would read me stories about Quake 3 and tell me.
That's odd. I tell you, it'll be okay.
It was exciting, and it's kind of why I'm here. But but no, it is a fantastic system. There are lots of tutorials online that you can check out on how to strafe jump efficiently, effectively, and how to move and switching weapons. Right, you've got to be doing a lot of things at the same time, and that's why it's so difficult to get to the top of the game.
Yeah, and I mean, not only that, but what you're seeing on the screen from the players is not what the players are seeing in front of them. Like, the game is, ultra customizable. They're pretty much, you can change anything you want, within reason. Obviously, you can't decide you want to float up in the air unless you pick up a power up. But,
exactly, yeah.
There's just so much to change, and you're not going to be able to see it here on the FACEIT QuakeLive Sunday Cup. But if you ever get the chance to attend a live event, one of the great things with QuakeLive is just watching the players, and they all have different seating positions, they all have different play styles, they all have different mouse sensitivities, different HUDs, different game textures, whether they're disabled or enabled. It's just every single time you watch Quake, you see something different.
Precisely, it is awesome. And I think, sorry if I'm just leaning away a bit, I think I've been giving server information at the moment, so I am just trying to look for a way to get onto that.
Yeah, you jump in and I'll follow you once we've got it sorted.
See if I can find the players.
Hopefully we can get it.
There.
But again, guys, make sure you get in the chat if you're not already. There's a lot of people there. Probably most of the people watching the stream will be in the chat. So if you're not connected directly through IRC and QuakeNet, then just go onto the Own 3D page, FACEITtv, and you'll be able to get to the chat from there, I believe, and interact with everybody watching. And if you have any feedback, whether it's even about our casting, maybe absolutely lovers or absolutely haters, just let Roy Ches or one of the other admins, I think Insane,
Nicer Dicer as well, he's around. And we've got 3 great guys on our team. We've got Nicer Dicer, of course, he's the sort of the Russian Ukraine ambassador for us. He's from Ukraine, so I just want to get that clear. I know that there's people get sensitive about making differences there. He's from Ukraine, guys, and just pointing that out.
Yeah, so give them the feedback, guys, and we'll try and work on it for future Sundays, so to speak. We've got quite a few coming up, I'm sure. How many Sundays are in a year? A lot.
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough. But I believe if you're not signed up to the website, guys, do get signed up as well. FACEIT.com. It's very unique almost.
It's totally fresh. I really like it. I haven't seen it on anything before, and I'm absolutely adoring it. I'm just getting onto the server right now, so you should be able to find me. Hopefully we've got players there who are edging their way towards it.
Are we on error walk?
We are at the moment, but I'm not certain that maps have been decided.
Well, I'm just going to join this one anyway, and we'll see how things go. But tell me about your flight, Zoot.
My flight?
Yeah, getting to where we are.
I got up 5 in the morning, Saturday. It was tiring, sleeping little. Got to the airport, I was like, I'm nice and early, I got it, no problem. And then I realised I had a delay for 2 hours, and I was like, why didn't they tell me that ages ago? I would have been fine then. But I mean, overall, wasn't so bad. How about yours? Was your travel as exciting as mine?
Yeah, people bought way too much at the airport, so we had a delay. I sat on the plane and we were there for a good 40 minutes whilst they moved bags around. It's all well and good, allocating specific amount of hand baggage, but when you then allow people to buy stuff in airports, it's just
how dare they
buy stuff. So yeah, I had to wait around.
But I think we might have to get used to that. So
I practically slept all the way here, so it was alright. I feel quite fresh.
So
it's been good,
lucky.
But the developers, they've been working hard, so I don't know if I've had quite as much sleep as us, but
no,
everything seems to be running smoothly.
We've been working around the clock here. I think we were really the lucky ones. Managed to get away late last night, get ourselves some, but we were basically borrowing some student accommodation, and it was an interesting place yesterday, but it was good.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some really talented people here, graphics designers and coders and everything. Everything might not be perfect now, and we'll have to work on it. We are in beta, of course. We did some close beta testing, but we're in beta, so things will get better. But I've been shadowing everybody, trying to learn what I can. It's been a great experience so far.
I've been watching, like my job has just been to run around on a map and say, is it okay now, guys? Yeah, I'm just going to kill some bots. It's going to be...
And I hope you guys like the overlays and stuff like that, and the stream's okay. We're running Pink Note 0 this event.
And we will be for everyone.
Yeah, showing Quake how it should be, really. And I believe we're 50 or 60 FPS, so it should be good for everyone. So if you're not on best quality, make sure you get on best quality, and hopefully it runs smooth for everyone. And check out Quake.
And if you can't, then slap your ISP and make them let you, because it's damn good.
If you do decide to play QuakeLive, make sure you get yourself a 120 Hz monitor as well. Really makes a difference. I've been showing you around the 120 Hz monitor.
I'm well acquainted with it. I just the intricate details and maybe not my forte. I was like, it's a monitor, just play games on it.
And I'm a nerd.
Exactly. There's both sides of the spectrum here.
I think people in the chat have been telling me to shut up a little bit, and I have not been not shut up all weekend, so I apologise.
You've been using using lots of words that I just don't really understand.
Yeah.
Like words, letters, series of words and letters, or letters and numbers.
As long as it looks good on the screen, that's all that matters.
yeah. I think Slim K has got on the server at the moment. I'm just finding out
just
now.
waiting for the opponent at the moment, so hopefully it won't be too long.
Yeah, and I think this may be one of the last games we're going to see a best of 1 on. So hopefully the next round we'll have best of 3. CNZ has just got to the server as well, so they are going to be dropping their maps. I'm not actually going to guess anymore. I'm just going to say let's have something else, not Blood Run.
Yeah. I mean,
do you think we can sneak in? I'll ask the admin to just poke them a bit. And
yeah, I don't know. $120, $25, $100 for first place, and don't think they'd be too willing. Yeah.
You want to pick the maps as strategically as possible. And that's the thing. Do you pick maps based on what you're strongest at, or what the opponent's
whether to counter, their gameplay. And the other thing as well is even when we get to the quarters and semi-finals, we'll be doing best of 3, and you still eliminate 2 maps. So that does open up a possibility for you to eliminate your opponent's strongest map.
Yeah.
And the method like what we've got implemented to the site, or QO ranks, or even the QuakeLive history pages give you a lot of information on what the players like to play. So
exactly,
it is there's a great resource there for these players to get rid of those maps that
players should really exploit those resources as much as possible. They are there to be used, and I think all the top end players definitely do those kind of things. And it's a question of other people to catch up as well. Just keep those at an extra advantage to play as part of you.
Yeah, I mean, we were actually talking about a player like Rafa.
Guess what?
What's that?
Guess what? We're going to play some Blood Run.
Again?
We're going to play some more Blood Run.
Well, it's the only map I like to play. I'm a Blood Run only guy.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching it. You just won't stop.
Yeah, one of those people on ESR that complains about the guys that only play Blood Run. That's me.
But you just play it.
Yeah. if you're playing like CPM, Q3 CPM or something, an older, a variant of Quake, I'll play a bit of Error Walk, or Hub as it was called then, but in QuakeLive, just Error Walk. So I'm going to, we'll jump into the game, I guess.
Well, we're in the game. These guys should be raiding it very soon. I think they have very recently finished there. Slim K still wishes to have another minute. So.
Okay, so I mean, one of the things we were talking about yesterday was when we were watching Rafa play in one of our test cups that we've been running to test out the live stream and the platform as well, that when a player like Rafa plays a sort of a lower tiered player that he might not be familiar with, that's almost an advantage for the lower tier player to exploit and maybe not make any mistakes. So especially on this mid tier, you never know how many times player A is played against player B, because you don't see them at events. But things like QR ranks and ESR gets a bit of information for these top players to look at. But if you do end up playing against a top player, just know that he might not know your game style.
Exactly.
And
it's
you
like
can mix things up.
Oh, thank God I'm not famous. And people don't know anything about me, but then you're also under the pressure. You've got to perform really if you want to get to that same sort of level.
Yeah.
But CNZ, I might be speaking more about the Rising Star Challenge cups more, because a lot of where the mid to high level players have been participating in those events, and it's basically allowed a new tier of players to put their name forward in the community. So we're not just seeing the same ones we may have seen at the old IEMs, QuakeCon. We have also got another level that is approaching, and we can watch them closely, and the community now is able to monitor the differences even more so than before.
Yeah, definitely. And I hope it's not going to be too long now for these two to ready up. Yep, there we go. So this is a round 3 matchup here at FACEITtv, the first ever QuakeLive Sunday Cup. We got Slim K up against CNZ here on Blood Run. Who are we following first? Let's go with Slim K, who's got that yellow armor rocket and Mega Health Spawn. Going to try and peek out and maybe hit a air rocket on towards CNZ as he made that dash toward red, but not going to find it. At least this does mean now Mega Health time will be completely,
I like that. I like that. That was good for Slim K. Even though he didn't hit the rocket, I think since he might be under the illusion that he would have picked up Mega Health before that. So this is good, and it could throw off CNZ in the next Mega fight. But Slim K there, gotta rush over to red armor, and CNZ nowhere to be seen. He's just so late for that.
Yeah, and I mean, look at this. Now he did delay that Mega. We've also got now a 10-second gap between the next red and the Mega Health. So that's actually brilliant play from Slim K to kick this off. And he should be able to back away onto this. You can see, actually, that would have been a nice move from CNC. He's probably got the Mega Health time now as well. But SlimK can effectively just try and set up a trap now. The question is, what would CNZ need? If we look at his weapon set, he's practically got everything. He's even got that rocket launcher now as well, despite not getting that spawn. So that's maybe a missed opportunity that SlimK could have countered with, is to try and deny the rocket. But
seems like getting a nice bit of damage. SlimK kind of losing a lot of his stack, taking red armors, but damage at the same time is not good. Mega health coming up in 5 seconds. CNZ, he's actually in position for it. He's seen that he's won a good fight, but he's actually going to let SlimK get over there. Gets a nice rail off at the end, and a fair exchange of damage. SlimK though still well in the lead in terms of control at the moment.
Yeah, but I mean the thing is, all CNZ needs to do is hit a single rocket or a railgun. Now obviously the red armor's gone towards SlimK, that's not the case, but he would have evened things out and, you know, maybe could have given an opening onto red, but that's going to be delayed for just a little bit. That is a brilliant opening. Rocky is going to try and back away. A direct coming out from SlimK, and the railgun to finish. 1-0 now at the moment, as he will try and find this spawn frag. Is he ballsy enough to Rocky jump up and find it? Yep, there we go. The LG surely going to find it. 2-0 now.
Nice,
we've got Mega
nice.
coming up. This actually could be bad. Have we got CNZ Mega spawn? No, so actually SlimK a little bit fortunate.
Yeah, it seems to be being really slow. Not really willing to challenge for the red Omega there. He was trying to slow things down a bit, but SlimK obviously catching him out at that rail room. Some incredible shots. And he's going to need to finish that rocket ammunition. CNZ trying to just bite his lip and go in for a tiny bit of damage, but it's not working out. And I want to see, unlike we've seen in the previous game where we saw Twister and Reaper, I want to see the guy who's maybe a disadvantage at the beginning of the game, playing it slowly, not just rushing, but as we see here, he does want to rush. SlimK is going to pick up one more frag there, a bit of lightning gun damage, but it's not going to mean much when SlimK just has well, several items he can pick up immediately afterwards. We could actually see another frag fairly soon if CNZ isn't careful about hiding.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that kind of track before, actually. We're going to see a bit of an exchange here. I don't think SlimK is going to peek out again. One railgun would chill him down, 80 damage, and without any armor, he would have been killed, but he's going to back away. And we've seen a couple of players actually do that move down from grenade launcher toward Mega in major tournaments, and I think that's now an expected play, rather than beforehand it might not have been. I think the famous situation was Cooler dropping down on strengths to bring a bit of history into this.
Yeah, and CNZ there was actually 10 seconds too early for Mega Health, and it is because the respawn time on Mega Health is 35 seconds and Red Armor is only 25. Are we actually going to see a bit of fight here going on? SlimK missing a couple of rockets, some nice damage from CNZ. SlimK is going to drop down and crater a bit more, but he is just about going to keep his life. Oh, nice rail there, and he's actually going to make CNZ miss out on the Red Armor. Great recovery, and SlimK getting stacked up immediately afterwards. This is going so well for him right now.
Yeah, I mean, CNZ's dealing out a lot of damage, but unfortunately there's just always items for SlimK to pick up. You will find actually there's going to be an exchange of 2 frags there for both sides. 7-1 now, as we do see CNZ get onto that scoreboard. Mega's up, the drop down comes out from SlimK. The plasma's going to be very difficult as opposed to that LG to connect and actually hit some meaningful accuracy, so I believe CNZ's probably put him down to like 10, yeah, 18 HP. The jump over could kill him. CNZ actually backed away toward the Mega Health, so not going to find that frag just yet, but the important thing here is there's not enough health on the map to keep SlimK above, you know, a railable threshold at the moment, I don't think.
And CNZ actually managed to string together, getting a yellow armor, a Mega Health, and a red armor. And now he's actually might chase for frag. He's going to go through a teleporter, and he does pick up one more, making it 5 a difference here. Red and Mega are going to be at the same time, but he is going to be looking down for those spawns immediately. He is going to find him, SlimK running towards him. Is he going to edge forward and try and get the LG? He is going to pick up another frag for a difference. Mega Health getting taken. Red armor is going to be up above him. SlimK nowhere to be seen though.
Yes, brilliant play from CNZ. I say that direct rocket, but it's not going to mean too much for him. CNZ is tanked, but yeah, brilliant play from CNZ, just really controlling the areas around the items, not letting SlimK even move in toward a power up or even back off towards some health. So CNZ just taking fights at great positions right now, and that's exactly what we like to see as he tries to make his 4th flag come back. But this is some good response from SlimK with that railgun, 31 HP, and it's actually going to have to be CNZ to mop up all the health on the map. We've got Mega up at the moment. CNZ should be able to pick that up. Yeah, what a rocket as well as he drops down. Actually might save him that item as, yeah, 19 HP.
Oh my god, it's just an exchange of savage rockets between both the players. Just showing one direct rocket. Oh no, you can have one now. Red armor going to be up soon. SlimK's going to look for a frag, pushing through some nice defensive rockets, but it is eventually going to be chased over. And CNZ picks up one more. Again, he can start this rampage. See, where is the spawn? And as you were saying earlier about the new spawn points here, we're not going to be able to find one so soon.
Yeah, I think maybe he was in the upper yellow room, but Mega's coming up in 3 seconds. He's got plenty of time to move around towards that Maggot. He's also going to be lower yellow. He shouldn't find that frag. Instead, just pick up the items on the map. And at this point, if he takes the red armor on the spawn, the times for the next two are going to be very close together. I think he should delay it. Maybe he's not aware of it. This actually could be good for Slim K. If he dies once more and gets a good spawn, perhaps, he would get one of these power-ups, or if he can keep himself alive and challenge for one of them, maybe hold ground by grenade launcher or by the shotgun. I don't know, maybe. The red armor could be his. We'll see. But maybe CNZ going to go through the teleport and take red.
This is going to be a scary situation for Slim. He's just lost out on a lot of items. CNZ has taken a lot in a row. Meg health going to be up, and Slim K is totally out of position to get this major item. 200 now for the Estonian. And he is in such great shape at the moment. I'm very, very nervous for Slim about what he's going to be able to do. And here's a bit of a chase. CNZ not going to follow through with it, realizing he's taking a lot of damage there. And he's got so much time right now. He doesn't need to rush himself and force this frag right now. He just needs to ensure that control is going to be with him for at least the best part of the rest of the game. Yeah,
I mean, he knows he's got a significant amount more armor than Slim K at the moment, and he knows if he just deals enough damage, he's going to force Slim K to back away, and that's going to give him the mega health to come, and he'll actually find the frag instead. And the spawn railgun as well. I would leave him and pick up these items and then go find the frag. We got red armor coming up, so he can actually cycle all the items on the map at the moment, and this is a fantastic position because the next minute, Slim K is going to be out of the game.
Yeah, this is so difficult right now for Slim K. Since they're cycling every single item on the map there, and I don't know what Slim K can do now. He's going to need at least 30 seconds, at least maybe even a minute to get back into this. And it was a tied game right now at such a critical point in the game. He's going to have to work something miraculous right now, hit some crazy shots.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, all you need is one lucky direct rocket. Let's be honest, in this situation it would be lucky for Slim K, because CNC doesn't need to push through, and you can actually find the frag. Was that mega health stolen away?
Yeah,
Slight error. But you know, that said, Slim K doesn't have any armor, so that health would be stripped away instantaneously.
Yeah, getting the mega health, but losing out on a rail shot immediately, it's not going to mean a great deal. He's going to need to do a lot more than that to keep the game in his favor. And the LG fight at the moment, CNZ with some rockets, switching it back and forth between LG as well. Does put on some more damage, but this defensive play from Slim is actually looking pretty good, and CNZ has not got the best health stack at the moment. Mega health going to be up. Oh, the rocket would have ended CNZ's life. Mega health as well. The grenade's going to hit him. That is absolutely massive. Since they could get the red armor here, so we could have a split, and there could be some more work for the Estonian to do in the last minute of this game.
Yeah, I mean, the good opportunity there was that all the health was taken on the map. Whoever got that mega health would have been in an absolutely awesome position, and instead that frag's just fallen CMZ back. But at the same time, Slim K missed that easy shot as you know, the player jumped over to pick up red armor. So just both players making slight mistakes, even if it's not on their part, and it's just a, you know.
Wow, look at this aggressive play by CNZ. He's going to take a rocket, but he might even chase. He knows he needs his frag. He takes one more. The mega health is going to be up as well. He senses that Slim wants to go for that red armor, but he hasn't taken it yet. Still 30 seconds. Time is ticking. Yellow armor going to get taken. That defensive rocket almost being the end of it. There's still some hope left, but it is slowly going away. There's no 25s. This has got to be something special.
I can't see it happening. I mean, Slim K has such a great position. Look at this. He can back away. Yeah, the rocket comes out as well. That's going to make it 9-7. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to close off our third game.
That's going to be GG, and I think CNZ is going to be having nightmares about grenades hitting him in the face from behind.
Like I say, I mean, having a quick look, 22 yellow. I mean, I'm not even going to call out. Everything was just about even. That could have gone either way. I mean, whoever got that mega health, had he not been hit, there was no health on the map. No 25 HP bubbles, no 50 HP bubble.
That it would have been. It could have even gone to overtime had he not get hit by that. I would not have been surprised.
I'm going to say he would have won if he got mega health, because
if everything. He didn't get hit by the grenade.
Yeah, exactly. What a grenade!
Damn grenade! Yeah.
I mean, those are the kind of things that make you just, you know, smash the mouse on the table, call it a day.
It's also the type of thing that just makes QuakeLive what it is, and it's just fantastic at the same time. Next game, we're gonna find out what we can get to next. hopefully we can get ourselves a best of 3 next. So I'd like to see. I don't want to see people players on just one chance, one or nothing. I want to see a good series, a solid one between who do we have? Baxteen versus Mazza. This could be an awesome matchup.
We saw Mazza play Rafa yesterday.
We saw Baxteen play Rafa.
Was it Baxteen and Rafa?
Both of them. We saw both of them do it.
Rafa beat both of them, but Rafa's Rafa.
Yeah.
I think Mazza was looking a little bit.
He was not. He was definitely
weaker.
not as good as Baxteen against Rafa.
But you know, play styles clashing. When you get up against Rafa, you just try everything, maybe to try and open a frag for yourself.
Exactly.
Rafa's behind every corner, sort of thing. And I don't know. Rafa was pulling out some ridiculous sort of teleport frags, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So,
and he got like frags with about 10 health left on numerous occasions, and
it was some good games to watch anyway. It's a shame you guys didn't get to see them, but they were definitely worthy QuakeLive matches, so to speak. But I mean, tell us about the players we're going to see then, Mazza and Baxteen. That ELO pages.
I will just check it out. Mazza from Finland, I believe. Again, these guys I think have got fairly equal ELO or their rating for their game. Actually, no, Mazza might be a little bit behind. Although this is going to be just a best of 1, so we're still
so we're around 4. Okay.
A little bit earlier. Yeah, so Mazza, he's actually had quite a lot of games played. He's got a fairly even distribution between the most favorite maps on QuakeLive. Gonna check out Baxteen.
Let's have a look what he's got. But yeah, I mean, why we get this sorted? Again, guys, get into the chat. I can't say it enough. Get involved, and you know, that's what FACEIT's all about, really. Just bringing everyone in to play QuakeLive.
For sure.
You know, build up the community. Hopefully, we can revitalize Sundays again for you guys and provide some regular competition, casting, streams, and overall entertainment. I hope.
You can get on the server, by the way. Okay. I am on one. Yeah, and they are just going to be dropping now.
Sure, awesome.
And I know 100% that Baxteen is clucking for Lost Worlds to be played. And look, first removal is remove Blood Run.
Haha, different map, yes.
So
Mini victory.
Toxicity's going to go, Furious Height's going to go, and one more choice. I think it's Arrow Walk or Lost World left, and it's going to be Lost World. And that's interesting because Mazza is picking Lost World, and Baxteen's pretty famous for being strong there, so obviously Mazza's got something to prove. He's something that he wants to show here.
I mean, let's evaluate Baxteen's DM13 play. Unnecessary grenade jump to do super cool trick for stream viewers that maybe loses him the game. Who knows?
I don't know, because it's definitely been successful for him so far. We are actually live at the moment, guys. They've got readied up very, very quickly, and we are going to find a fight up at the top. Mazza is going to be the first one up to rocket. Mega Health is going to get taken by him, and he is going to scoot over. Oh, he's going to be a bit late for that lightning gun, so he's not going to be able to get his hands on it first.
Yeah, that was actually a brilliant idea. I think he obviously thought he had enough time to pick up the yellow, take the red armor as well, and then it would have been serious plus back play coming out from Baxteen. But unfortunately, we're seeing instead some great LG coming out from Baxteen. So I'm going to switch on to him. 58 to 50. He's got a couple of health bubbles below him. We got red and mega coming up at the same time. If he can just hold ground here and fire off a couple of rockets, he should be able to pick up both if he's smart.
Mazza wasn't actually as far behind there as he may have thought he was. Mega Health got taken. He lands a fairly nice rocket there. But I believe Baxteen, Baxteen just edged down. He's taken the 2 last major items. And Mazza, he should have been able to realize that he had the same level of stack there.
The important thing now, of course, is that Baxteen does have a rocket launcher. That's what he's going to need if he does end up needing to play out of control. But right now it is Mazza, who also has one. And they both have no other weapons. Maybe these two are just rocket and LG players.
There are 2 crucial, the 2 most crucial items on this map, or weapons, should I say. And it's definitely what you play with the most. Plasma gun can be
if you're Avek, a plasma gun,
or
maybe.
Or someone like that. Maz does get his hands on the red armor, but he has taken a fair bit of damage. His health not looking quite peaky, but it is going to be. I'm going to check out Baxteen as well. I think that's who you're on.
Yep.
He's on a really nice stack, actually. Moving around the top levels, trying to sneak around and catch Mazza off guard. currently unable to.
Yeah, I mean, he's controlling middle map, which is what you need to do in control. The question is, where's Mazza going to surface? Because he's obviously looking to get a time on one of the major power-ups, red armor or mega health. Right now, it looks like to be mega health. But has Baxteen figured that out? He has pretty much ran all the way around the map trying to, obtain his position. Yes, he did. Bit of damage forcing him away. And he's going to regain this control, but you can just see how easy it is to play on the defensive side here. Mazza just has to... Oh, wow, some big rockets coming out from Baxteen. Mazza's going to try and back away, but it's not going to be enough. 1-0 now on the board here for Baxteen. Maybe even a spawn as well. The pommel comes out. He didn't really connect with anything though, unfortunately, but that was a cheeky move nonetheless. Red armor will now go to Baxteen, so unfortunate there for Mazza. He had a good position in that doorway with the rocket launcher, but unfortunately Baxteen just, hip and hopped over it.
Yeah, absolutely. Baxteen at the moment is just so good at timing his attacks, and wow, that rocket there. Mazza was just stood there. He had no fear when he probably should have had some, and he should have backed off. 3-0 now, 3 minutes into the game. It's all right, but he's going to want to stop doing range frags, and look at that, he just jumps down. Baxteen picking up an easy frag, still got the vast majority of his stack left. Mazza has got to slow things down, and it's scary against Baxteen. Oh wow, this is LG5, rockets going nicely. Baxteen picking up one more, mega health up in a second, and Baxteen should be just in time for it. Oh, there's a nice steal, and the shotgun's out, but the damage is just absolutely immense from that lightning gun.
Yeah, 31 to 15 at the moment, and we haven't really spoken about it yet, but let's look at score differences. Blood Run is definitely one of those maps where it's usual to see 2 or 3 frags. Blood Run can be quite low as well. Maps like Error Walk and Toxicity are the high scoring ones, and right now Baxteen is in a position to start extending that lead to the likes of Toxicity and Error Walk, and that's not what Mazza wants.
Absolutely, and here the rockets again. Mazza, he's just running out. I swear Baxteen's just minding his own business, and Mazza is just he's practically suiciding on him right now. But Baxteen has got a much nicer stack than him. The plasma there is okay. Baxteen maybe not looking confident, but he's going to push forward again, and no plasma connected after that. This is that was a little bit odd to say the least. Yeah, well, I just skipped off Baxteen, unfortunately. He did one of his signature moves there.
It's a little bit odd to see a player pushing out with plasma, but maybe he's just trying to deal enough damage to get a better spawn. I don't know. Quite frankly, I think it was a bit of stupidity there. Maybe just trying to get out his frustration and then compose himself again. We'll see at the moment, because right now he has got 258, and that's not too bad. If he can get hold of another yellow, which he's very wary about pushing over, it seems. He wants to maybe use this 50 HP to his advantage, but like I say, as soon as the armor gets stripped, he's completely screwed. Like you can see now, one direct rocket will put him down to sort of 50, 60 HP, and he's almost, it feels like he's throwing smaller opportunities away.
Yeah, and this is the very moment. 8 frags here. That's so difficult. And look at that. I mean, I think that's a mistake a player at the level of Mazza. He would not normally make mistakes like that, just walking into rockets. Usually you time your armor pickups there much better than that.
Yeah, but I mean, you can see on the left side of the screen, unfortunately for Mazza, those yellow armors are just getting taken away time after time. And, on the off chance, it could just be that Baxteen has such good map control at the moment. He's practically getting everything. That was a nice steal of the yellow armor, but still, Baxteen is above that 100 health threshold. He's also got a bit of armor as well, so he's not looking too bad even after these exchanges, and he will continue to pick up these items in succession, and he's so confident. He's not even waiting to he's not even dropping down to a red armor straight away. He's waiting a little bit to get a grip on where his opponent is and deal any damage he can before he needs to move on forward.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, I almost feel like Mazza's mistake happened before the map even started. He picked Lost World. It was his choice at the end, and he went for Lost World. And there's a nice easy shotgun frag there for Baxteen. People should not underestimate how good Baxteen is on this map. I played him pretty recently, and just when you let him get control, he just runs the map so nicely. It's very difficult, and you've really got to be thinking of another level, sort of double backing, triple backing to get away from him and get around corners. It's so hard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just watching Mazza now. He's so worried about moving toward anything. Oh, direct rocket as he picks up that yellow. Literally, Baxteen is everywhere. He's literally the player he wants to be right now here against Mazza. And Mazza just has no answer for the onslaught. It is Baxteen in the moment, which I guess DX is the team he plays for, maybe, in a team-based game type. But
yeah, that's right.
He's looking very strong. And time. It's almost drawing near the point of garbage time.
I would say so. 14-5 from DM13. I don't know if many people have seen it, but there have been games which have been 0-0. I think Rafa versus Cypher 0-0 until 10-minute mark, and then 1 overtime, 2 overtimes, 5 overtimes.
Yeah.
And that's how low scoring maps, well, this map can be. And I mean, Mazza making 1 flag back, this will be some kind of miracle, and I will bow down and kiss his feet if he manages to make it back.
I think you have to do more than that to incentivize this comeback, because this is borderline impossible right now. We only got 2.5 minutes remaining. I mean, let's look at it from a different perspective. Mazza is unfortunately going out in the first FACEIT QuakeLive Single Cup. Baxteen progresses on to round 5, or the quarter. To another round, we'll say for now. I haven't got the brackets right in front of me. But long story short is that he's got more games to come. So he doesn't.
I'm excited about.
Yeah, he'd like to utilize this time, I'm sure, to just maybe practice his jumps a little bit, warm up his aim, keep it going, so he can use it against his next opponent.
I know already that Baxteen loves practicing jumps. He's the kind of person who will just sit on an empty server and just practice those tricky maneuvers that can just slightly confuse your opponent. Mazza might pick up oh no, this is going to be the Lava that actually picks up the frag. So Lava at the moment is tied with Mazza.
True.
Which is maybe not going to make Mazza feel so good about that. But I'm actually, while this is going on, I mean, we can talk about where Mazza went wrong, and whilst that, I'm going to actually check out the brackets to see what we can...
I think you kind of nailed it with the map choice at the end of the day, but one thing we have to keep pointing out with single elimination best of 1 is that you're never going to play the map you're strongest at, and if you do, you're a very, very lucky player.
And that's Baxteen. He's playing the map he's strongest at.
How has this happened? So
you're doing it wrong, Mazza.
You know what I mean? So I think he pretty much had no chance from the offset on Lost World. But like I say, some maps are stronger for some players, other maps for others, and today obviously Mazza's not on his.
No, he's not. It felt like over the weekend really. He's just not totally been with it, and if he's going to pick him up, he's got to slow things down. He can't. Nice there by Baxteen. He can't just rush at him constantly and cross his fingers, put a horseshoe around his head, and think he's going to get a frag. He's got to be really smart about it.
I mean, just if we press scoreboard, I'm already anticipating the yellows being higher for Baxteen. Yeah, I mean, a player out of control shouldn't have lower yellows than a player in control, and he's only got 3 megas and 4 reds, so he's never really had a showing to hit on Lost World. So anyway, moving forward, I definitely think Baxteen is going to be looking good. So we'll see whether he's going to be up against next.
Yeah, I want to see whereabouts he is on the bracket. The bracket's pretty big, actually. Baxteen Mazza. The next game he could be going up against will either be Raiden or Zron. So I think a couple of people who he should be ahead of. So I expect Baxteen will be fairly safely through to the quarterfinals.
Well, final score here, 15-3 in favour of Baxteen. Mazza unfortunately going home, or wherever he goes to in his house next. And Baxteen will stay with us for a little bit longer here in the first ever QuakeLive FACEIT Sunday Cup. And
actually, I think there is a game. Player Python has expressed interest in being streamed against with his match against Alpha Omega, which could be pretty good. And I think it is the next game which is most desirable for us to.
Well, you're the game finder today, so if you think that's the one we're going to do, we'll go with that. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Well, of course, stick around. We're going to keep streaming, but for the purpose of the VOD, as always, be back soon. Right, okay, so let's get this game sorted, shall we?
Yeah, we are going to get this game sorted, and we are just going to go a timeout for a bit, guys. We'll be back with the game very soon, so yeah, come back, stay with us.
Hey guys, welcome back to FACEITtv. You're tuning in to myself, MVC, and alongside me, Zoo. Whilst we set up the next game, I thought we'd have a quick talk about QuakeLive, or I'll have a quick talk about QuakeLive.
Whilst I just have a look for maps, games, and all that.
Yeah, so you know, I'm sure all of you watching haven't played QuakeLive yourself, so why not do some unscripted in-game sort of walk around, and I'll talk about the various things to look out for. So yeah, why don't we just quickly jump into the game, shall we?
What map's that you're looking at there?
Oh, this is Blood Run, funnily enough. I've not really played it that much.
You haven't? Not
I thought I'd have a look at it myself. You know, I'm sure if you don't check my profile, you won't see that I've only played Blood Run.
Millions and millions of times.
Millions and millions of times, yeah. So yeah, of course, when you get into the game, this is basically the HUD that you'll see as a player. Along the bottom, you can see the health on the lower left. You've got the weapon ammo in the middle on the bottom, and then your armor on the lower right. On the right hand side is the amount of weapons and the ammunition you have, and on the top left is the timer. Now, like I say, some players have custom HUDs completely, which you can find on Google and install and switch all the aspects around and the HUD elements to your heart's content almost. But nonetheless, you spawn into a game in 1v1. You've got 10 minutes to frag your opponent as much as possible. Now, whether it's Blood Run, Furious Heights, Lost World, Aerowalk, or Toxicity, any of the 5 maps in today's map pool, you're certainly going to be in one of them for 10 minutes, and you need to know basically how to win or how not to die, which is probably more important, the how not to die. But anyway, first things first, I'm going to quickly jump in as spectator and show you around. So spawn points can be anywhere. This is an old spawn that no longer exists, so you know, the tech team do move things around. So let's just say there is a spawn over in this far corner inside this room here. So you spawn into the game. Once you spawn into the game, you have effectively 125 health that'll tick down to 100 and no armor. Now, if I move over to that spawn so we can actually start from there, you'll be able to see how things work. So I've spawned in this position, which we might see later on today. I can see a rocket launcher here, so I'm going to pick this thing up, and then here's a yellow armor. If I pick this, it gives me 50. So what that's basically saying, there's a percentage ratio of if I take a rocket, a certain amount is going to be taken away from my health and a certain amount from my armor. And if I have no armor, my health's going to be stripped away pretty much instantly. So that's bad. So idea is to pick up armor. Of course, there's also health you can pick up, but let's bear in mind if at any point when you pick up health or armor, it goes above 100, it will tick down to that value and stop there. So even if you do pick up items, it's imperative you try and move around the map to find your opponent and deal as much damage early on to utilize the stack you have, the tanked player. So I've got mega health here, I've got yellow armor, but you know, to do things again, if we were readied up, there would be a timer in the top left of the screen. So I'd pick up the armor and I'd look at the timer and I'd say, okay, I picked this up at 03. I know it's 25 seconds later it's going to spawn again. If I do move around the map, I know I need to be back here at 28.
That's why mental arithmetic might be a pretty awesome skill to have in Quake, and trust me, I wasn't very good at it until I started playing Quake.
Yeah?
And yeah, just timing a couple, 2 or 3 items at the same time, and also focusing on other things as well. So where the player is, how much health they have, where they are, you know, what your objectives are going to be over the next 30 seconds or till the next item spawns. That's kind of getting to the higher sort of levels of what you want to aim for. But at
least earlier on, you do have to know the tiers on the armors, for example. So the yellow armor, once it does give you 50, is not the strongest on the map. If I make our way around here to the railgun area, there's a red armor up on that platform. You can see it swirling around. So you know, I would rather pick up the red. But if I can't, if I don't want to risk jumping to it, I have to find other things on the map to get. So you know, that is going to be me sticking on the yellow armor side of the map and timing this single yellow until I feel like I'm in a position where I can challenge for the red. So whilst I've got yellows, I'll be trying to deal damage, sitting back, moving around the map, using things like teleports to back away. And because I've got the rocket launcher that I got on my initial spawn, I can keep moving around and spamming rockets back and forth. And by doing this and making my opponent chase me will probably mean that he's going to sort of offset some of his item times incorrectly, and that could give you an opportunity. So long story short, in QuakeLive, when you spawn into the game, you need to firstly figure out the item timings, the red armors and the armors in general at 25 seconds, the mega health at 35, and once you've got that nailed down, you know how the weapons work, you can really start to, you know, find your place. But it looks like we're just about ready to go. So if we jump back to the camera feed for just a minute, and I will get into the server.
It looks like we are going to be having Alpha Omega against Strengths next. So two very different playstyles against each other. We've got Alpha Omega, I think he's Russian, I believe, against Strengths. So Strengths, very famous for having amazing aim, very incredible, very exploits it and aggresses his opponent whether they like it or not. Alpha Omega, not so gifted with the coordination that Strengths has, but his thinking process and his timing ability is definitely better, and that's how he really gets an advantage over his opponents. So having these two different styles clash now is going to be pretty interesting, and I think this is going to be a quarter-final match, so it should be best of 3.
Yeah, that'll be good as well to see these two players play a quarter-final. This is not someone or a game you'd like to see best of 1, that's for sure. Definitely interested to see the maps we're going to have played. So how are we looking? Strengths is asking if it's best of 1. Apparently Strengths doesn't know how the tournament's running. So I guess we'll say best of 3 and let him know that. And hopefully we can get the map picks underway. But with these two players, well, I mean, if you could pick your ideal 2 maps to see them play, what would it be?
Round of 16 is 16 players, so that's... okay. No, it's best of 1. Sorry,
best of 1.
Ignore me.
Is that the 3rd time?
Probably.
Well, even if we're just seeing 1 map...
This is going to be intense.
Yeah, I mean...
It's going to be really intense because Alpha Omega is very capable of causing an upset here.
Yeah, I mean...
And I've definitely seen it before. And Strengths isn't the type of person who takes losing lightly. Yeah, he's very emotional about his game. He's very passionate about the way he plays, and he does not like people getting in his way. And you know, to be honest, I can say very similar about Alpha Omega. But you know, Strengths is definitely one who is very proud of the way he plays, I think.
But okay, let's look at it this way, different way, and the possibility that Strengths could potentially get a little bit angry. Who knows? Strengths number 1 seed, obviously going to have an easier time to get to his current position. Have we got the brackets up to have a look at who he might have played? Because I have a feeling with Alpha Omega being a lower seed, he probably would have had a tougher time and maybe more prepared in his current
Yeah, Alpha Omega did go up against Python just now, someone who has actually got pretty good ranking on the ranks, but I think Strengths also has been actually been going up against people of a fairly similar caliber, and Strengths though might be a little bit more out of shape, but because he's a high skill anyway, it might take him less time to readjust. So I think it could be a close game, and have we actually been able to see what?
Yeah, so far, if I bring up the console just quickly, default button tilde is ZTN eliminated from Strengths. So that's going to be that one out of the way. Or Blood Run, which is, you know, obviously these players back in the Quake 3 days, it was like ZTN, DM13, T7, T9, all these sort of, well, acronyms, I guess you would refer to them as, but either way, just short names for what they're actually called. So that would be Blood Run eliminated.
It looks like it's going to be Furious Heights, actually, to be the map we're going to. So awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing this map. It's a map that can be played slow and fast. It's got all the weapons you need. It's got the main ones, a rocket launcher, lightning gun, and railgun. It's got a mega health, a red armor, and 2 yellow armor. So it's got the whole bunch, the whole variety there.
I mean, the thing I really like about this map is that when you do find a frag, you don't play for spawn frags. The map is so huge. You've got mega health on one side of the map, you've got red armor on the other side of the map, and there's sort of that void in between where, you know, you can sort of sit and wait and maybe try to get both items by forcing your opponent elsewhere. But if you do find the frag, it's likely to be at one of those power-ups, and what that means is your player is going to spawn at the furthest 50% of spawns on the map. You know, if they haven't changed the value since I last played.
Yeah, but you can chase people down off the spawn.
I mean, you can chase people down, but at the same time, because the map is so big, usually the best thing to do is play for items off the spawn. So, you know, try to deny a certain item by maybe moving back 5 steps to then make the furthest spawn, you know, at a more specific location, allowing you to maybe pick up a red armor instead of a mega. Yeah,
spawn control is definitely something you get the hang of after a while, but when you're just focusing on all the items you need, it does take a while to get used to that. You need to get used to the map and your opponents first before you can start thinking about it. Alpha Omega has said that he just needs a minute, and I think Strengths, actually, I know Strengths is okay, but we're just waiting for Alpha at the moment.
Okay.
But no, have you seen much of Strengths recently in QuakeLive? I can't say I've seen him for a couple of months now.
Am I allowed to say I occasionally play a little bit of Shoot Mania, and we see Strengths playing a lot of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much he's been playing QuakeLive as well. I think the thing with Shoot Mania is you can play both games. So I reckon Strengths would have been putting in quite a bit of time in Quake as well, because obviously very known character in the Zotac Cups, and now in the first ever FACEIT Cup. I think he wants to win.
Yeah, well, he was the most successful guys in the Zotac Cups. He's definitely here to prove something. He wants to. I think he was saying on the forums that he is here to show who is number one again, and he's definitely going to make the biggest effort possible. He wants it more. He's not bothered about the money. He just wants to show people that he is the absolute boss at QuakeLive. And I mean, Alpha Omega, he's kind of in a bit of a fight. There's a lot of really strong Russian players. There's Pavel, there's Evil, there's Agent, and Alpha Omega is kind of the notch just below that. I'm cooler out of the picture at the moment, being retired. Yeah, Alpha Omega is also like, hey guys, don't forget about me. I am also one of the top Russian players, and I want to be up there with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the left side of his name. He's got DX, same as Baxteen. We just saw a fantastic game coming out from Baxteen, and Alpha Omega. Like I said, I haven't been commentating that much recently, but I do see a lot of his name in the sort of the latter stages of Zotac before we unfortunately saw it disappear. But here in the new FACEIT Sunday Cups, hopefully we're going to see a lot of these two players, and we've just given them the ready signal, so hopefully these two will get ready to ASAP, and we kick things off. If we have a look at the warm-up game, we can say that Strengths is the warm-up hero. If these stats are from warm-up, I'm not entirely sure. But
definitely, he's very good at hitting immobile objects.
Yeah, it's quite funny actually. When I used to attend events for Team Fortress 2, we used to play the warm-up game against our opponents. So we'd all be on the server ready to go, and then it'll be who could frag the other team the most, and we'd get like a mini victory.
Would that be it? Would you always lose? We won warm-up at least. It's fine.
No, we win. But the thing is, we'd be in a whole open BYOC event, so we'd all have our computers, and our opponents would be like over there or over there, and we just start shouting at them.
Do you do a little bit of abuse going on, or is it really sort of gentle?
No, it's all gentle, funny games.
Just checking.
I'm a pleasant player, I like to think. Unless I'm playing against someone called Hasugaki, who apparently just idles on Bloodroom servers, and then I get a little bit mad. So, anecdote, and some of the other people on ESL I saw posting watch my live streams. I do have the occasional outburst.
Yeah, I think everyone's allowed to. People can be forgiven for doing that. Although, of course, I'm perfect, so I never really have an outburst.
Oh, really?
Well, hopefully people who've seen it won't say anything. But I can see Strengths practicing a lightning gun. I mean, if you guys haven't been around the Quake scene for long, or at all for that matter, there's the big debate of who has got the best lightning gun accuracy in all of Quake, and Sturmy right in front is actually just pointing the thumbs down, but it's a fierce competition. I mean, Sturmy, Strengths, Tox, who else? Win? I don't know. Wins is pretty up there, I'd say.
I think Wins is one of those players where if he's winning, he's absolutely phenomenal, but if he's not,
he's pretty awesome in his shaft, but no, it's fierce competition.
I would say there's not many players at the top level that can't aim and play by brain, but it looks like we are going live here in the round of 16 here in the FACEIT QuakeLive Sunday Cup, the first cup ever here for the FACEIT beta launch phase. Strengths versus Alpha Omega. Strengths going to get that mega health spawn straight over toward the LG, not going to bother with the shards or yellow straight away. Yeah, he definitely wants that weapon, doesn't he?
That's all he's after.
The important thing here, obviously, is that Alpha Omega doesn't have the LG. So what Strengths has got to be thinking now is how can I position myself in a way to not give him that option? And I think he's actually in some ways trying to maybe catch him out. No, he's actually saying, well, my LG is better than yours. Yeah. If you want it, you go move over to it. I'm instead going to set up for red.
I mean, really, Strengths doesn't fear Alpha Omega's LG at all. I think in terms of aim, Strengths is okay, but it's just positioning is worried about. And a nice exchange there of rails, actually. Strengths trying to get another one is not going to be able to get it, but he is going to be able to claim this room. Hits a nice rail, and is he going to chase her a frag? No, he looks around and says, no, I'll just play it soft and slow for now. I'll just edge out my opponent and get all the items, and hitting another rail. I mean, 75% accuracy, that's 3 out of 4 rail shots so far.
Yeah, and this is the thing, Alpha Omega may be, well and good to back off and pick up health to keep himself topped up, but he has absolutely no armor. And look at the item times at the moment. Alpha may be able to secure himself a yellow armor if Strengths isn't coming into the room, but no, look at Strengths Strength just has great map control right now, and really Alpha Omega's just afraid to move anywhere. He still hasn't even gone for the other yellow, so maybe just trying to deal some damage on Strength.
He was hiding behind the pillar. I don't know how long he was there for. He might try and jump down on a red armor, but I don't think he's going to get it. And Strength's taking a while to get there. He seems to have a pretty good idea where Alpha is, and I mean, Alpha's working on nothing. He hasn't picked up an armor for God knows how long.
But I mean, he's sort of playing on the right side of the map as he tries to pick up this yellow desperately. That sort of area above the railgun, that sort of corridor area, doesn't allow you to sort of play that plus back roll with the rocket launcher. You can drop down toward red, or you can back away toward Mega, or even push on toward the main 50 HP bubble. Now that 50 HP bubble is actually critical for Alpha Omega, especially with limited armor. If you can take a fight around here, or at least this is where the exchange occurs, he does at least have something to back onto. As you can see, he's trying to find that shot, and actually a bit of a mistake in my opinion, picking up that 50 with over 90 HP, as we see a bit of lag coming out from Strength. The freeze police blind, that's pretty good.
Alpha's got himself up to 100. Strength's actually wanting to call a timeout there, so I'm not sure what's happening. But I mean, as we can see, Alpha there seems to be pretty happy to stay out of control. He's just listening for his opponent, making sure, okay, no one's around, am I sure? I'm sure? Okay, I'll get a yellow armor. And then he moves on, and basically it's rinse and repeat for him. He's not challenging for a major item, just trying to get bits of damage in until he knows that he can pick up something cleanly.
I'm just worried because that 50 HP is very critical to Alpha's game on the defensive side, and I just... It feels like a big mistake, even though it's such a small move to pick up a tiny health bubble or a medium health bubble. But I just feel like he could have better utilized that by waiting, because he knew Strength was above 100 HP. There's no way Strength could have taken that health. He could have left it up, but now he has to wait. What, 30? Is it 30 seconds for standard health bubbles?
I could be 25.
I think it's,
but you could be right at the same time.
I would take a good guess at it being 30.
I don't have ref, so I'm not able to pause.
Maybe I have ref. I'll try. Yeah, I don't have pause, unfortunately, but it's 0-0, so I mean, if it comes to it, Strength does have the advantage. So through this lag, he's actually the one losing out if we do go to a map restart. But I don't think we actually launched this server ourselves, did we?
No, it's Strength's server, so he can pause it himself.
I think he's lagging so hard he doesn't realise he's timed in.
Yeah. I'm not sure. His connection was looking a little bit dodgy.
No.
Sadly, I can't communicate to Strength.
Yeah, I mean, talking a little bit about ping in QuakeLive, obviously the lower the better. But typically online you play with 30, which is usually good for lightning gun and stuff like that. But there are weapons that you're not really going to have the benefits of unless you have 5 to 6 ping, which is what you'll get on LAN. So maybe at future FACEIT events when we have people over, we may even see a shift of gameplay from typically LG rockets, base spam, to actually face first plasma diving AVEC style Polish plasma. Who knows? But it's, again, that's another interesting aspect that you can see in differing playstyles is the way that players handle ping and latency. But obviously this kind of latency is this isn't latency, this is just
Strength there, as you can see, he's not happy with his latency. He wants to change the server, and exactly, this means a lot to him. He doesn't want to give himself an unfair opportunity at doing it. He wants to do it by the book, and so it looks like they actually are going to change things around. So
hopefully we'll get onto something else and you can grab the details. There isn't another game we can perhaps jump into, or should we stick around and wait?
I think we should stick around for this. I mean, it was looking pretty. We saw 2 minutes there, and
it was very close.
I mean, Strength was in control, but there was still no numbers on the board. There was no frag at all going on. Okay. So Strength is going to sort something out. I will make sure that we get the next server for that, but that's Strengths.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've seen a tournament where Strengths hasn't had connection issues, so maybe it's to do with his location. I'm not entirely sure, but besides the point, I guess if you guys watching are interested in playing in some of the FACEIT Cups you didn't get your chance this week, or maybe you just want to try QuakeLive, it's QuakeLive.com. There are various methods of premium membership. I think there's a premium and a pro.
You can play by the month now. You can say there's month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months.
I think it's a little more expensive if you get less, like a single month. So
yeah, so if you're for the full year, then you're probably going to get a better deal.
Yeah, get more for your money.
Yeah.
The pro account you only need if you want to launch servers. The premium account pretty much gives you access to everything else.
It gives you access to all the maps. If you just have a standard account, then there is a rotation on the maps that standard players can play every 24 days, I think it is. And if you want to be a pro player, you got some friends and they don't have any kind of premium or pro account, you can spawn your own server and you can invite them to it, and you can play any map you want with your close friends, and that's also another way that you can do it.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I've got pro at the moment, but if I was ever going to resub again, probably would go with premium, because I don't really need the server launching functionality. Like I say, just one person in the team, and a lot of these organizations as well, they some of them spawn their own servers as well, but if you do manage your own team, you definitely need to pick up a pro. It's always imperative for map tactics, whatever, your TDM, CTF, and as well, I mean, you can also launch servers and open it to the public as well. So if you want to create your own server,
exactly, you can do all these crazy settings now. You can get different physics, and you can I want to use not just a normal list of weapons. I want to use proximity mines and chain guns and things like that.
I'm a fan of CPM back in Quake 3, and I think PQL is the closest thing we've got in QuakeLive, which is one of the server settings you can enable. So you get your air control. So if you're familiar with like CS Source or TF2 bunny hopping, air control, that kind of stuff, then PQL is definitely something you should check out.
Yeah, I think it's actually pretty popular with the newer players, because it's something to be used.
Yeah, strafe jumping is very difficult to master, and so is strafe jumping plus air control. But if you go into PQL, what it means is you can get away with lesser strafe jumping ability, and you can just move based on your air control. You increase speed that way.
Need to press forward.
Yeah, it's difficult to explain, guys, but you should definitely give it a go if you haven't already. But we have got the server details, so what I'll do is I'll get onto that now and jump in.
You can follow me.
Hopefully.
You should be able to see me in just
Are we on error walk?
I am loading.
I think it's this one.
No.
006.
Actually, it could be.
It was.
They're both the same, so. And we will have Strengths and Alpha joining us in just a moment, and I'm looking forward to seeing the climax of this game, because I haven't seen either of these players play for such a long time, but when they were at their prime, they were. It was like hang on, what's the analogy I'm looking for? The immovable force and something. No, I can't remember.
Immovable object and the I don't know.
Unstoppable force. There we go.
Yeah,
I got it.
Springing that on me.
Yeah. Sorry.
We are back in a server with Alpha Omega anyway, so hopefully we get strengths in soon. We will then switch over again to Furious Heights. But I mean, thinking about what we saw earlier on, it was sort of a very defensive Alpha Omega. Could have been partly due to the spawn as well. Obviously, Strengths had a good start.
There was a weird split at the beginning. Well, it was almost kind of normal, and then Alpha was like, "Oh, well, I'm going to get LG. He's going to get Railgun." And he's going to go down to the red armor, and then for some reason he kind of just ignored Mega Health as well. It's like, actually, I don't want to take anything. It's fine.
I think the thing is,
a generous guy.
You don't know, because the map is so huge. You don't know what time your opponent takes the Mega Health if you get the red armor. And I would have never in a million years would have expected Strengths to drop to Railgun rather than deny the LG. But then when I think about it, Strengths has pretty much one of the best LGs in the game, so it does actually make sense. But
his rail is pretty tough.
But point is, I don't think Alpha Omega actually expected Strengths to drop down toward the railgun, and then take away the red armor that quickly. So that put him in an awkward position, and then he wasn't sure of the mega time, so things kind of spiraled downhill. But thankfully, not too far. He was able to keep it at 0-0.
Exactly. I think what Alpha's going to be looking for though, as the game's going to start again, he wants a spawn closer to that lightning gun, because he wants to be able to deny that from Strengths. That would gives him kind of a solid objective. It's like he knows that is the weapon of choice for Strengths.
But it's I mean, would you deny that item in favor of not getting like Mega or red? If
I would deny that item in favor of not getting one of the major items. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say it's definitely something that could help Alpha, and it will. Yeah. His damage output with rockets will probably be better than Strengths, because he's.
I guess if you can pick up an early lead and keep Strengths away for a little while, that could help out. But it will only be a matter of time before Strengths can pick one up. There's always the possibility that after a small encounter, either the red or the Mega, that the times are going to sync up, and the Mega and red will be equal, and then you will see one of the players move out to one of the items, opening up the the LG. So a lot of things will come into play, and I guess are we switching server again?
Again, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely smashing. Strengths enjoys doing that. It's one of his favourite pastimes. Just getting on different servers. Yeah, but I mean, hopefully it will give us a quality game. I know, actually, like, good news though is after we've watched this game, we can see Baxteen versus Guard in a best of 3
in the quarterfinals.
Yeah. And Guard is the guy who came second